Hello and welcome, it's me, your dearest COI fish for Clash of Interest, and today we'll be playing another round of Night of the Full Moon. We are finally reaching the second class with the Ranger, and so we will see our massive draw and discard combos. Where I live, today is a really stormy autumn morning, so grab a coffee, take a sip, and let's get right into it. So, the Ranger, this is probably one of the best blessings for the Ranger, because whenever you finish your deck, your opponent takes the amount of cards in your deck as damage, which will be extremely easy once we start accumulating our cards. And our ability is just like this, we can easily get new cards, and I think I will even be keeping this. Bleeding doesn't instantly do 16 damage, but every time we do a damage, he takes a damage. After Image 2 is a good card, since now the Ranger will be focusing on using action cards a lot. But the problem is you have only a limited amount of action cards before you run out of steam, so you can even have 5 more cards in your hand, but you can't just use them. But after Image says he draws a card, so the card itself replaces it, but you have to pay 1 action, and it even gives you the 1 action back. So it's a complete zero sum, you get the same amount of cards. So the question would be, why even use such a card? And the point is that next turn you draw 1 and you get 1+1 action once again. So in the turn you have to use it, you don't lose anything, and in the later turns you can even benefit from it. Choice will be buying as next.
No.
But for now, let's just fight some monsters, accumulate some amount, and we'll keep both. Again, the idea is, when we have this garbage basic attack cards that do 1 damage, you might as well just keep in your hand, since, as said, it doesn't do any good redrawing them. Here, actually, I could have just beaten him, but yeah. Let's do it like this.
Do you have to go?
Well, yes, I have to beat 3 chapters.
Worried about you.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm very happy.
Definitely, last time we went for reputation, for mostly reputation points, but now we actually, I would like to accumulate some courage, though I do not know what cards do that exactly, or not what cards, but what options we have to talk to the characters to. So I will just try and guess it outright. This should be enough. There you go. So Loss usually is a kind of a good card. You draw 3, discard 2, so you still keep the card you used as Loss. But the problem is that, again, it doesn't give you extra action points, so I will take another After Image at this point.
Weapon may be helpful.
I could upgrade these incentivizes, but we'll be deleting those pretty soon, since again they do not do anything for us.
Let's see who's here.
I actually would like to spare some money, keep some money to buy the choice, so let's just
replace your armor.
upgrade the basic attack just for now, but we will, if we can, delete that later. This is an okay card, but again I will pass on this because we do not have that much action cards, and we already have 4 of them in our deck. We can use only 1 the turn. Backstab, yeah, we'll use it next turn. This should be Death Sentence. As you can see, we have not yet used our secret sleeve arrow. Yeah, I thought in the version I knew on the phone it was called secret weapon, but never mind. The fact hasn't triggered yet because we barely draw any cards for now, and we just can't trigger it. This one is an okay card, but again, you lose 1 action for using it, so I will pass.
Has been waiting for its prey.
So really, completely for this build, since we got the secret weapon at the start of the game, I will just really try and get this build going at maximum speed. This is game.
Please, help me. I'm stuck to my own web.
The question is, help it would probably courageous, but yeah, we'll take some. Ah, no, I didn't want that. Ah, garbage cards. Hemorrhage is also an okay card, but I'll take the money just to get me closer to get the choice. And we might even get the preemptive healing, since we can discard it with choice now. This is always a good card to take, just because it exiles. Once you've used it, it exiles itself permanently. So you might just as well take it, since it won't matter on chapter 3. Yeah, you know what? Let's use that. Let's throw away this, and I keep the bleeding just so I don't have to redraw it again. Actually, I could have gotten 1 more damage in by using that a little bit earlier, but this should be. Again, I will keep this maybe for the boss even, just so it doesn't go to waste 30 damage on it, like 20 damage or 10 health.
It's late. What are you doing here?
Well, let's discard the bomb again. Yeah, this will take a while. This game can be really fast sometimes, but on other occasions it might just take an hour to beat an opponent.
Jerry's gone missing too. Come home with me. I'll help you search for Grandma in the morning.
No. This should be courageous. Oh, what? Ah. Okay, I don't know if this will
Finish them all soon,
be able to do
and
one.
come home early.
It even does count negative.
You know,
There was a saying,
Don't
not that
go
you
any
will take for a
further.
battle really 1 hour,
depths
but
of the forest are a
it
dangerous
feels so
place.
slow. Some games feel so slow that you might just as well chill. Or it feels at least slow because you take so long, as opposed to like the first turn overkills that you do. Actually, I'm really butchering this fight. I wasn't really paying that much attention, so I think we will be restarting it soon. Yeah, we cannot give him bomb.
Don't go any further.
But now, so the problem
Depths
is,
of the
every time you
forest
use a
are
card,
dangerous place.
or at the end of the turn, he gets 0 cards, and if you do not give him any cards, then he will draw his own. So I think, just to make it fast and easy, we'll bomb him.
If you must insist on going, at least take this
Plus
piece
1
of-
action. Again, this is an action build, so we will,
Fairy
every
tales
time
are
we
such-
find something where it's written that we get extra action, we will take
Fairy
that
tales
opportunity
are for
instantly.
children. Come close to me so I can see you clearly.
So he has a negate, it's just in the start. So I will take away this one. I should have kept the 1 damage in. Since every turn she will be negating 1 of our cards, I need more stuff. We could just hang out this turn. Yeah, let's do this. Get damage in, do this first, do this too. So 42, and I actually want to. I think I want to use this to bait out the negates. Discard, discard. Actually, this was quite a lot of damage. just for one turn. Again, we have to bait out the negate. And maybe even next turn we should be able to end this. Are we? We are. Yes, we have 4. So we will be able to use these two and this one. Which makes 2 because of the blood damage, 4, and whatever cards we draw of it. So I think we should be able to bait it out with this one. And yes, this is
Human
just about
beings
enough.
have many misconceptions about me.
Okay, so this is a bit difficult. I kind of want to just put this in the active slot without having to draw it. But actually, I might even negate this. I might even banish it from the deck if we are able to get enough money together. But, you know, surely these 3 I want to banish, and these 2. These are 5 cards to banish. And we will get in the next 2 chapters 1 free banish. So we need to get at least another like 60 coins to just banish these extra 3 cards. But I think we will still keep the extra action. Let's look at the cards that they gave us. This actually isn't a bad card. This is actually a pretty good card, especially in the early game. But I think I will abandon it. So now, preemptive healing would be okay, but we need more discarding cards. So I think. No, I really want to banish cards first.
And forget your
Let's start with incentivize. Okay, I will banish 1 card and probably buy the preemptive strike, depending on what is here. Oh, this is a really good card. No, I think we will continue our combos with this. And the last card. Last page.
Quality goods.
This is really sad. Accelerate is obviously even better. Or like... since after image only gives you the benefit next turn, the same amount kind of benefit gives you accelerate instantly. So we will not buy anything anymore and go to chapter 2. So I took just a good sip of coffee. Wow, we get another base action. So we're now at 4.
The
That's pretty
ancestors'
good.
experiences tell us that we should work hard on enhancing.
Yeah, this doesn't look so enticing. I might even keep the smithy around the whole chapter, just so we get maybe later a good card. And, oh yes, I didn't even think about it, but it had an ability that whatever first card we use, we get a bunch of copies in our deck, so we can just accelerate through it. So maybe I should have used the choice, but yeah, this is fine. And we'll keep this in hand. Yeah, the virus is out. Thing we game, but now we can use a bunch of altered images. Actually, I could keep this in hand just so next turn we can try to discard it to get the extra through the 2 draws. Oh, but this penance is going up quite fast. So I don't understand the spider web. Maybe it's a bit bugged. Because it's written that it exiled, but really we still keep 1 copy in our deck, strangely enough. Oh wow. Here. And we should finally trigger, with the next card we draw, we should trigger the sleeve armor. Here. And we even trigger it twice, because when you have an empty deck you start drawing your discard pile already. Reapplying the damage.
Come close to me if it's not a friend.
So it's actually quite a problem, because I have -1 courage. But I need to start accumulating some courage before we reach the final chapter, just so we don't have to re-battle the witch. In the long run, it's not a big problem that we fight the same opponents, but it might be a bit boring for you guys just to see the same boss fight over and over again. But yeah, it's not that bad in the end. Pandora's box. These are actually quite funny to use because they always give you a big potency. They give you some big advantage, but they come always at a cost. For example, yes, we lose 8 maximum health every start of turn, but we draw 1 extra card. So this is obviously a really bad card, really bad blessing. You rather not take it. Although this might even be worth it. Nah, I want to keep my 1 action.
I have all of the good
Shall we already take it on? Yeah, we might lose his money though. As you can see, his ability is that he just has a chance to run away. So you want to destroy him as fast as possible, but often enough that just doesn't happen, and he simply runs away. And unfortunately, we do not have abilities that draws cards. He didn't run away. Oh wow! But yeah, he starts accumulating negates, which makes it always more difficult to even be able to attack him. So this is 1 generic negate, so we can bait it out with basic attack, and hopefully the other one too. No, only 1. And let's... how much did he have? 16. I'll throw away the dodging for a little more damage, and let's hope he doesn't run away. And he does. Ah, how unfortunate. So you get still his AXP, but you lose out on his money, which is quite unfortunate at this point. Giving some poison. I'm not going for a poison build. I actually don't really like poison builds. This is kind of a good card since it's for free. You can always use it without having to pay costs. We'll banish 1. Again, I'll keep the Amnesia Tavern around just to
A good weapon may be helpful.
later still be able to banish our
Seriously.
our last few
Hey,
basic attacks.
another treasure.
With spam after images, and yeah, I just want to continue playing, so let's draw 1 card. Actually, we even will use loss and discard these 2. We have still 4 cards in deck, and we can fortunately empty our deck, doing a bunch of damage and FTKing our opponent.
If only I would have had these weapons, I never would have lost my family.
Well, so what would be the most courageous thing? Probably if we ask him who the killer was, we get reputation. Even probably for consoling him. But leaving, we'll try the first one.
I am
We'll
a
ask him.
murderer? No. I didn't know the monsters were my family.
Yeah, we got reputation. So this is looking like... draw a new hand of equal size. No, I want to bound wound. Bound wound. Just so we can draw 2 more cards. Okay, the smithy
Even
is
if it's bad.
kind of a bit in the way, but I hope we don't need we won't be needing the bandages for now. So this would actually be a bad hand, but we can draw 2 more cards, which still leads us in a bad hand. Wow, this is not going good. So have a choice. Draw 2 more cards with these. If we get the more choice, I think we should be able to reach the end of our deck. Yes, we will be. Draw 2 more cards.
The north
Yes.
wind is roaring. and void.
We have different interpretations of faith. God favors
It's really interesting
people with
hearing
faith,
what they have to say
so
always
do
on
demons.
the chapter screen. It's a really well made game. Let's see here. I might even want to heal, since we can discard it off the choice, which we do not draw. But we will continue our play, and unfortunately not reach the end of our deck, so we cannot do any damage with our skill. So in 3 turns, these are prayer cards. We haven't seen them, but probably in the next episode I will take on the nun, so I will explain them properly when we reach them. First the blood, and this time we will reach quite easily actually. How much does he have? 20 damage, and we have like 1, 3, 7, and 5. This is close enough. Let's get the Venom, just because we have enough action cards. There you go. That was more than enough. I miscalculated that.
Resolve. What do you think is most important?
I hope
That would
if I say
indeed
courage.
bring about possibilities. Good luck.
Oh, that's a good thing. We even get minus courage. So hopefully we do have 3 courage and 0 courage and 3
We
reputation.
also refurbished
Oh.
the church.
But I think we
you
should
wouldn't
be able
refuse
to do
my
this.
invitation.
Since again we have another chapter in front of us. The frailty would be a good idea, but for now it doesn't lead us to anything. Well, I think I will take still the frailty just to do 2 extra damage on each of our cards, which is better than the others. Oh, now the read it. Yeah, we only do 1 damage, so we always have to use like 16 different damaging cards. Let's use the choice. So fortunately, bleeding does stack every time. Like, it does count using it every single time. We will draw 1 more card. And we are close to the end. So again, our equipment gives us a 10% chance of dodging and drawing 1 card, but it's really, you can't really rely on that card too much. So now we need to do 4 more. Yeah, this should be it. 4 more times.
We once had another guest who liked to listen just like you. Oh,
Yes, sounds like a bit weird sentence structure. 4 more times of damage. I think it takes only 1. It should.
Don't miss it.
This is an okay card, getting 2 more action, but since it exiles itself, it's really only used once per game. So I will pass on that. And we have 4, so this should be okay-ish. And just to continue our plays, I will take this to heal and draw 1 more card, which I should really have kept in hand, but never mind. We might even be losing this game. Although I could... Yeah, we will start healing with this one. And that's a really nice skill to have, just healing some more and more and more. But we, in this run, we should again arrive at the end of the deck. That was dumb. I will take the after image to draw 1 more card, which is the same obviously, since I discarded it. Unwound. Perfect. Ah, okay. So at some point it stops giving you the cards from your graveyard. Though I do not exactly know when it stops. Let's get another after image. This is for free. This is a 1 game. There we go.
Creatures live in harmony, except human beings.
Where is my
Ooh, agility again is a good card. Support, I would actually like all of these cards.
The ancestor.
Okay, so
Don't miss it.
we could. Actually, I don't want more action, like action speeding cards. But maybe preemptive attack, just to be able to discard it. And with this, we can
You should replace
already
your
upgrade it and get rid of the smithy, such that we can continue our game. Magic Mirror is a really fun opponent. He just basically uses the same deck you are using. So every tactic that you have, he can have. Though I had a really bad starting turn. Yes, this was a really bad starting turn. Let's hope that it doesn't kill me. Ouch. Oh, and the problem is he does give us virus, which could really be a big problem, since now I have only 10 life left. I think we have to really get the maximum out of our cards, and yet yes, we reached the last card on our deck, but unfortunately no more. And so at this point we will take 7 poison damage, which is a bit too much. I think I will purposefully lose this game, just so next turn or retrying it I can use our first skill and just don't take damage the first turn around. Indeed. Let's restart.
And face me.
And this looks like a better hand. So preemptive attack, you can even discard it to get even more damage. And yes, at this point I will use the immunity. We have 29 damage to go, and hopefully we do get it. Fortunately, it doesn't get our blessings too, because if he had the sleeve arrow, that would be a massive problem. But this looks pretty good. We draw one more card of this one, and now I will even just keep that in hand to draw 2 more cards. And we reach the end of the deck, and with discarding this, it should be enough. Yes, 9 left. Yes. There we go.
It's all because of that nasty Snow White. No one will talk to me.
Again, probably staring ahead at him will give us courage. I hope at least.
You're making me blush.
Yes, we got a courage. Okay, I will get the clear. Get rid of 1 more basic attack. And so we should have 2 to 3 cards to banish at this point
Not
only.
all pumpkins are like me. Human! Can you imagine being up on the chopping block?
Perfect, we have baited out the negates. And we shall get the dodge. Since again, these are temporary cards that we add. They do not stay in our deck for the next turn. And thus I'd rather just have a new discard card.
Who says my mind is paste?
Let's look at the shy chest. Oh, again, this time it's not upgraded, but I still do not want it. Lunacy is an okay card, but I think we have too low an amount, or too low of consistency of discard cards. Actually, to be honest, we have only this one choice with which we can discard our strong cards. I take the free one. I don't know if I want to dump my money into it, because I'd rather buy support and agility. So I will close the Witch's Apothecary for now. Ooh, the Frailty one. I think I will keep this, since I believe it combos good with the Bleeding Arrow. Let's say you give him 16 bleeding, then you attack with basic attack with 3 damage, and they take 1 more damage from the bleeding. But with Frailty, this will go on both attacks. So you activate the basic attack for 3, you get 1 more of the Frailty, then the bleeding triggers, which also is buffed by the Frailty. So yes, I will keep that
I
card.
only carry the highest quality.
Taking away the mana that your opponent has is good in certain matchups, but not generic enough to completely break opponents. Or most of them don't use mana, so I don't really care. The page I used before was a Witch's, I don't know, question, whatever. She has a little side event in which you can buy her 3 apples, and they give you random stat bonuses, or sometimes even take away some. But usually it's not that problematic. So I will give him the incentivize or the basic attack. And whenever we dodge damage, deal 6 lightning damage. Okay, so we'll keep it for now. And at this point, I think so. This combo's good, but again, we have 10% dodging. That's really not that great. So let's give him the incentivize, and we get the loss back. Okay, so now we do have quite a lot of discarding effects.
Check these out.
This is a fun
You'll
card,
find
gaining
what you
some gold,
need.
but I think it's too late to really utilize it that great. This is actually Bone Staff is an okay card, but I think I will still not take it for now. I really do want these 2 cards, so yes, I will delete that shot. We lose 4 health. That's not that bad actually.
Without knocking. Enjoy the energy of anger.
Oh yes, we take damage every time we use a card. Okay. Does he use mana cards? I believe he doesn't. So we can continue on with this. And I'd like to discard this one and the preemptive attack. Given bleeding, have a choice. Discard this one. Yeah, so the damage that he does really stacks up over time. But yeah. I might even use the secondary ability next turn, just so we can stack up on some health and counteract this 1 burning damage he gives us every turn, or every time we use a card. Okay, that's the choice first. Discard this one. Now we have, yeah, and the fun thing of after images, that next turn after you can really have big amounts of what's it called, action cards, action points. Let's draw 1 more card, and we have 2 cards to discard at this point.
No one can stop me.
Yes, there you go.
one.
So as you could have seen, it's really a good idea to have the sleeve weapon, the hidden weapon. And now we got a good card. Every time we draw 1 card, your opponent takes 1 damage. So now we have 104 coins. That's quite a
I
lot.
only carry the highest
I
quality.
might even get
goods.
both of those. So sometimes it's really difficult to see. Like, we know we have 6 pages here, and one of them is obviously the last page we don't really care about. But that means we have 3 more pages we don't know what they are, and probably one of them is a spring, just to heal, and maybe even a bandage. So we have 1 more shop that we could enter.
Let's see who's here.
So I think I will leave the Amnesia Tavern for now. Oh, we even got this one. So we can again get a bunch of money and use it to get a special card. I don't even know what happens if we get a negative equipment slot. Yeah, you know what? I just want to try it. So probably now if I would activate a card which gave me one extra slot, probably nothing happens.
Not bad. You found
We
all
get a
the
copy of a
apples.
card. So I think we have now 3 cards with which we can discard. Choice, Loss, and Bind Wounds. So we could go for maximum damage and add another preemptive attack. And we'll buy these two, since we have now gotten more than enough life. And the idea is, normally, or last time with the night tutorial, I said that usually you want to have as low of a deck as possible, but obviously with this blessing, with the secret weapon, every card that replaces itself becomes just one more extra damage at the end of turn, or at the end of phase. Fencing 2, that's a really good card. There were other blessings that were a good idea, but the idea of fencing is just as the frailty stacks with the bleeding arrows, so does fencing.
Carry the highest quality
Um,
goods.
I think I shall leave these things. Another shop.
Check these
Oh,
out.
Zeal. Zeal is also
Find
one.
what you need.
We'll just stack our deck with draw cards.
Don't miss it.
And do I have the healing? I think yes, I passed out on that. So we will get it
Where
now.
is my...
We filled up deck with lots of garbage, to be honest.
Touch me unless you want to.
But most of them say draw one card and give you an action deck. Except right now. Yeah, we'll give some poison damage to draw cards. Okay, now we're getting into it. Give the frailty, give me one more card, and let's hope that... Yes, this should be
Neither
enough.
coal cinder nor stove ash. I am the
The intersection, I usually just
By the
cancel
way,
out the intersections
People who are allergic to
because...
pumpkins and
I don't know,
mushrooms
they...
shouldn't.
This is a bad thing, getting the Witch Apothecary this early, because I don't want to dump my money into it right now, but it might even be... Oh, it will be useful at some point. We still have full life, so we can just use that. Actually, this is all a bit bad, but I think I will keep the Jujitsu. And this replenishes our whole hand, giving it this one, support. I have one more action, and we will surely use Bindwood. The question is more like, can I use the web? And I will draw 2 cards, so I might get Corrosive Potion. So yes, I will keep just discard the Spider Web. If I activate this, yes, it gives me some damage. Unfortunate, but we do KO our opponent anyways.
Each scar is an I can shoot ya, even if I close my eyes.
We'll beta negate with our equipment and be able to discard 2 really good cards. And now we have a choice. I probably discard the Spiderweb. Get a draw card. So Speedy Shoes is also a good card if you can get it into your deck, but not necessarily now. Let's see that little bit, and this unfortunately is not enough, but really close. If I were to draw the heart, the preemptive healing right now, that would be perfect. But yeah, we draw cards, and the Ray Blades actually triggers just for your normal draw on the draw phase.
Yet another lost child.
These hands keep getting worse. I think I should probably get the Accelerate and hope for a good card. Yes? No. Okay, sad. I should have gated that button, then negate in that case. I believe he not should have the skill. Yeah, Spanish Shell. And now every time I take, or I do the card that does him damage, I take the same amount of damage. So I definitely have to heal right now. Ah, even just hearing that, I think I will heal first. Yeah, that actually isn't a good idea. We won, but wait, we want to be with our parents too, so hugging them hopefully gives us courage. Yes, okay, we are on a good way. We are on the right way. What cards do I want to banish next? I think actually the camo outfit and the smart flying knife. I want to cancel out both of those, just because they really don't advance our plays. So I shouldn't have taken the smart flying knife. Or maybe the spider web. Yes, I will banish the spider web. Since again, you rather have bad cards than bad action cards in your hand. So Heavy Ballista is a fun card to use. Should I? No. It's a fun card to use because if you have the Brave Blade, each time you draw a card, that triggers, and all the discard cards trigger too.
Wherever I go,
so you can really
I can be as
just get a bunch of combo damage off of it. And we draw 4 cards, and that means then we dig 4 cards deeper into our deck, bringing us closer to our secret weapon effect damage. This might even, yeah. That was, we keep getting the 1-for-1s. Sad. Oh, we dodged it. Nice. Let's start with all the big combo damages. Oh yeah, this is a fun thing that happens. Using mercenary swords sometimes grants you another mercenary squad, just to combo off. He already has 11 bleeding, so maybe... I mean, the Tenacious Defense isn't a bad card, which we could use, just to keep us alive, but I think we should be able to even destroy our opponent in the next turn, or in this turn actually. Introduce this, and hopefully, yes, we just broke our opponent.
to wake the dead.
You know, this time I will get the intersection, use it properly instead of just closing it down. A squirrel bag. I think this is new. Probably with the engineer or with the mechanic upgrade DLC. Deposit this time, withdraw next time, and get money after win the game. Okay.
Don't miss it.
I might have to look at how that thing works. I think I will get the raid, just because.
I only carry the highest
Into action, use all
quality
action, draw this
goods.
card from your deck. This also isn't a bad card.
When will he show up?
And since we have support in our deck, we can just activate it, and it doesn't directly draw us a card, but since support has the effect that it's automatically added to your hand once you activate an attack card, then you can activate support and draw a card. So once per turn, an attack card becomes a draw one card. Yes, support. So it was maybe a bad choice. I should have used preemptive strikes, just to draw one more card singularly, and then use the discard effect. But I think this should... Oh wait. -3 damage, okay. So the pursuit is the perfect idea right now. Oh, and we don't have any. Oh, okay. It was a bad idea. But we can still do some damage here. Yeah, but still not enough. Truly unfortunate. Now we have to take a bunch of damage just for not for the dumb skill. But yeah, I don't want to do. What's the fastest way to kill? Oh, and I had a preemptive, didn't I? Oh well. This does less damage.
Even if I fail, you can still try to save this forest.
So last time we called it Halter, maybe. Okay, since she's a spooky character with all the stitches on the face, and well, this big bloody knife. If we follow her, this might give us
You're
courage.
wasting time following me. If I had any good ideas, would I still be what I am now?
No, it took away our courage. Ah. So what do we have now? 2 courage to our 3 reputation. We need to get 1 more courage
Hesitation can be deadly.
during this game, or 2 more courage actually.
And I shall return
I think 1
to
is
the
enough because it's
darkness.
not a equal. It's a equal or more or less. No, what am I saying? I think the boss didn't say that it has to be just like more courage than equipment than courage. I can't speak right now. I think it said I'd need to have more courage than reputation, but actually I believe it's written that we just need more or the same. So hopefully we can get that 1 more damage. And yeah, this is more than enough.
Beware of the people around you. The darkness.
So as you can see, sometimes you get good really good turns,
The ancestors'
sometimes you get really
experiences tell
bad
us that we
turns.
should work hard on enhancing.
I might as well just upgrade this since it's for free, but we won't really come back to that.
Intoxicating, isn't it? Now, revel
Unfortunately,
and
we drew the
suffocate in its
support.
sweet scent.
Yes, we'll gain the immunity just because we had such a bad hand right now. Oh no! I forgot about that. Ah, I hope I don't die because of this. But this is a problem sometimes with like this type of mono build, and it will be a big problem with the non and the other class, just because we keep losing all our points. And if you rely on these things, it's really difficult to combo off. So I will just use all the draw cards that do not do damage, but ultimately this will lead us nowhere. Or I guess the first damage is only damaging card, and it really doesn't take into account fencing and the Wraith Blade. So we might just be able to continuously draw cards. Actually, I want to draw even more. No, preemptive. Then whatever card we would use, we would go to 0. So I might just as well use Seal. And drawing 3 cards out of these, we might get the preemptive. So yes, we do. And even healing. Wow, it was enough in the end.
Without it,
So as I was saying, with these mono builds, sometimes it gets difficult to get past her. Just because of that annoying effect. This actually isn't a bad card, but I think I have enough draw cards to lead us to a certain point. Probably emergency rations should be our next buy. But I don't want to use it now.
Follow my summon.
So this one, the first 2 damages we take, we do to him, will be ours, unfortunately. But yeah, I think we can get away with 4. We'll discard this one just to draw more. Get an agility. Yes. Use these 2. And now we will activate or trigger 3 effects because of this one card. Pretty cool. And this draws more cards. More than enough.
You did this to me because I refused to help him?
Okay, now this might even be the last choice we have to give us enough courage. Probably asking him implies that we want to go after them, giving us reputation. Same comes. Is it because I didn't agree to help him that they turned me into this? Let's ask about his
I brought
past.
back lots of treasures from the sea, and I became a sheriff. But now...
Well, Ghost Pirate. 2 courage. Wow, that's perfect. The Sawtooth Arrow actually also looks pretty good, just like the Wraith Blade. But we would need to at least banish these 2 cards. So, at some point, the Amnesia Tavern must come up again, but I don't know when. Oh, okay. This is the prank card. Again, mercenary into mercenary. Into bind wound. Yeah. Unfortunate. The devil is also really annoying enemy, just because of exactly these effects. Probably use this one, heal a little bit. Okay, so I'll discard these 2. To see that your deck is really full of these prank cards. Fortunately, at the end of turn, I think they, since you have to discard them, no, they go into the deck back, right? Yes, they are still kept into the deck, in the deck. Support burst, frailty, and we might be able to finish him off this turn. Yes, we will. Like you've seen, like usually it does only 5 damage to that one basic attack. But since we buff it with bleeding and all the other stuff, do I want a second preemptive healing? I think I am good. I will banish it. Let's heal just enough. Wow, we have to use 4 bandages for this. 25% dodge. I will pass out on that.
I only carry the highest
Dodging.
quality goods.
So there also is a build, but I think it was for another character. Maybe the Soul Hunter shuffled fear into your opponent's deck. But some class had an effect or an attack card that gives damage or does damage to your opponent, scaling with the amount of cards or with the amount of prank cards he has into the deck. So I passed on that emergency situations. Usually you should really get that card, but this time I'd rather just banish 3 more cards. Again, I don't know, Squirrel Bank.
Take it later.
There are 10 coins already in there. No, you know what? Squirrel Bank.
Never stash all your nuts in one tree.
Oh, so I guess, okay,
Know
now
what I
I get it.
mean?
I think I can just deposit some amount of money and then next game take it out. Just... Okay, maybe that would help on the higher difficulties, but I think I will pass on that for now.
What's for
Just so I can banish these 2 cards for free, and you know what? At this point, I think I can even just get a. So let's have a count. We have 4 action cards, and our deck contains
Family means
21 cards. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, 8 of them just completely replace themselves with the same amount of action cards. Yeah, you know what? I will even take away
drink some wine
basic attack.
and forget your worries.
Camo outfit, 10% might just save us, but I think I can afford to just banish it. And let's get rid of the Mission Tower.
I'm more like
Let's see the
Rip.
crocodile.
Crocodiles don't cry only because they're never sad.
So, yep, this will be a good hand. We might even draw our full deck with it. Strike, Crazy gives us one more. And I'd actually, since I don't have to heal, I can, how much does it have? 125. Okay. So use this one, and you should be dead soon. Yes, there we go. 40% to dodge for one round, but you, oh wow, giving 3 cards. No, thank you. So the Final Truth is our last opponent.
These potions will
So we can
change your
again dump
appearance.
all our money into this. I really should try sometime to get 1000 EXP, but I really believe that it's impossible. And just for the sake of it, we get some more extra mana. Not that we could use it, but now we can fight the werewolf. So the werewolf is has a fun gimmick that every turn, I believe, we have to choose one of these, like, let's call them blessings. But I surely don't want to give this. We can give him just 40% health since he has already full. It doesn't do us any harm. And still, we might, yes, let's get the choice and draw 4 more cards by discarding this one. And again, end of deck. Let's discard this. And yes, we made quick work of him.
Full moon. Oh, I hate it.
Wow. I don't know if we get an achievement for beating him in one turn, because some opponents or some bosses do give us that achievement. No. Did I read it last time? I think I should do it from now on. I think I might have skipped it just on not knowing that last time. I don't know if it's because he's young and shy or because he's a werewolf, but the carpenter won't tell Little Red Riding Hood how he feels. He was worried that on a full moon night he will turn, lose control and harm the villagers. The werewolf planned to go and spend the night in the Black Forest, but he did not expect to be pursued by hunters. He was injured and finally fell at Little Red Riding Hood's hands. He didn't even get the chance to say anything. So this was a pretty good build, actually. Here you can see the mashup. Usually, I mean, that's because it's my first time playing on this copy of the game. But there is some sort of things you can, like some points of skill points you can invest into the game. And one of them is giving you an extra equipment slot, which could have been quite useful during this match, having the Wraithblade already attached. But yeah, for 19 cards, if you have the equipment slot ready, that makes 18. This draws 1 card. So, like 19 cards. -1, 2 with support, 3 with choice, 4 with loss, zeal, agility. most of these cards either have an effect that draws a card or lead us that we draw a card to discard them. So this is the usual ranger build I go for, because it, as you have seen, it does really make quick work of every opponent by just overwhelming them with preemptive attacks. And again, secret weapon is just... So it's called secret weapon. Hold on! I think the developer messed up a little bit, but hey, doesn't matter. Yes, this was a fun build. And this was what I meant. I have 21 dusts. Yeah, the last thing is giving you more equipment slots, but I guess I shall upgrade now. Health, effective bandage. I don't really remember what were the good skills, but you arrive at those pretty fast. Probably in the next run I should already be able to upgrade it fully. So yeah, this is obviously the best one. That's the last. But yeah. So guys, this was a fun run, and I shall see you next one. Don't forget, in such autumn mornings when it's cold outside, drink coffee, have a sip, and join me next time as we take on our next class of Little Red Riding Hood, the Nun. I'll see you next time.